Let's be honest, planning a vacation can feel like a full-time job. But what if it was as easy as just talking to someone about it? Well, Google thinks it can be, and they've just rolled out some brand new AI tools to prove it. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how this tech aims to get rid of all that travel planning chaos for good. I mean, seriously, we've all been there, right? You're so excited for a trip, but first, you have to wade through this digital jungle of flights and hotels and things to do. It gets so overwhelming that sometimes you feel like you need a vacation just from planning your vacation. So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about the problem we all know and hate. Then we'll see how Google's AI is stepping in to solve it. We're going to break down two key features, flight deals and Canvas, and then we'll peek into the future to see where all this is headed. All right, let's dive right into section 1, the trip planning problem. Before we can appreciate the solution, we've got to remember what the before picture looks like, that familiar chaos that Google is trying to fix. This screen probably looks painfully familiar. You've got, like a dozen tabs open, one for flights, a few for hotels, another for reviews, one for maps. You're jumping between 5 different apps trying to copy-paste confirmation numbers, and you're hitting refresh over and over hoping that price drops. It's a total digital mess. Okay, but what if we could just skip all of that? This brings us to Google's big idea, turning that whole messy, chaotic process into one simple, single conversation. The core idea here is actually pretty simple. Stop making people work like digital detectives. Instead of you having to find all the clues and piece them together, Google's AI inside of Search is designed to be your personal travel agent. You just tell it what you want, and it does all the heavy lifting for you. All right, let's get into the first big tool, and this one is all about saving you some serious cash. It's called Flight Deals, and it's basically your own AI-powered bargain hunter. So who is this for exactly? Well, Flight Deals is made for the flexible traveler. You know, if your number one goal is just to find an amazing deal, and you're not totally locked into a specific date or even a specific destination, this is about to become your new best friend. And honestly, this quote from Google's product manager, Jade Kessler, just hits the nail on the head. It's all about getting away from clicking endless filters and just talking to it like you would a friend who's great at finding cheap flights. So what does that actually look like? Well, it means you can be really broad. You can focus on your budget, asking something like, where can I go from Delhi for under 25,000 rupees? Or you can be more about the vibe, just saying, I want a cheap beach vacation in December. The AI just takes that and sifts through all the data to find the best matches for you. And listen, this isn't some tiny beta test we're talking about. Flight Deals has already rolled out in a huge way. It's live right now in over 200 countries and territories, and it understands more than 60 languages. So this is a seriously powerful tool for bargain hunters all over the world. Okay, so finding a great deal on a flight is awesome, but that's really just step 1, right? How do you actually build a whole trip around it? That brings us to section 4, and the second major tool in Google's kit, Canvas. The best way to think about Canva is like your personal, super smart travel dashboard. You give it a prompt, maybe a 3-day trip to Lisbon, and Canva just builds you a full itinerary. And it's not a static document. It's pulling in real-time flight data, hotel prices, maps, reviews, all of it into one dynamic spot. And this right here, this slide really shows you the magic of Canva. On the left, that's the old way, a chaotic mess of at least 6 different apps and websites. And on the right, that's the new way. One single, clean experience inside Google Search that takes care of the whole shebang. And this is where things get really cool. We're getting into what's called agentic AI, which is just a fancy way of saying the AI can actually do things for you. It's not just finding info. It can connect to OpenTable or Ticketmaster, check for real-time availability, and then build you a short list of options with direct links to book. It's like your personal concierge. So what's really important to get here is that this is just the beginning. This is phase 1. The goal isn't just to help you plan the trip, but to help you book everything seamlessly. Let's take a look at where Google's taking this. You can really see the 3-step plan taking shape. Step 1 is what we saw with Flight Deals. You discover your options. Step 2 is what Canva does. You build out the whole plan. And the final step, the future, is to let you book everything. Flights, hotels, whatever, right there in that same chat with the AI. And believe me, this isn't just some pipe dream. Google is already teaming up with some of the absolute biggest names in travel to make it happen.
I mean, when you see partners like Expedia, Booking.com, and Marriott on the list, you know this all-in-one booking future is a massive priority.
And all of this leads to a pretty mind-blowing question. Think about it. Planning a trip is one of the most complicated, multi-part puzzles we solve in our daily lives. So if AI can crack this, juggling budgets, schedules, preferences, and bookings all at once, what's next? As these tools get smarter, how far away are we really from a future where one single AI helps orchestrate not just our vacations, but our entire lives? That's the billion-dollar question.